Decoded.
Welcome to Book Decoded.
Great to be here.
Today we are cracking open quite an interesting one. It's Collisions, a physicist's journey from Hiroshima to the death of the dinosaurs by Alec Nevala-Lee.
Yeah, Luis Alvarez, what a life. I mean, a physicist involved in atomic bombs and figuring out why the dinosaurs died out, it's quite the range.
It really is. And this book seems to track how he moved between these, well, wildly different problems. So our plan today is to sort of follow that journey.
And maybe pull out what made his approach, so effective.
Exactly. What was his secret sauce, so to speak?
Well, the book points to this almost killer instinct he had for finding the right problem, the bottleneck maybe others were missing.
A killer instinct. I like that. And it wasn't just luck, right? I read he deliberately set aside time just to think.
That's right. A couple hours a week, apparently.
Yeah.
Just thinking, he felt he had these potential solutions sort of simmering, waiting for the right connection.
Waiting for the right piece of tech or data to click.
Precisely. It let him bridge these, well, seemingly unrelated fields.
So where did that start? How did he, get that way?
The book traces it back. University of Chicago, initially. He wasn't great at messy chemistry labs, apparently.
Okay. Relatable for some of us.
Yeah, but experimental physics clicked. He actually built things, diffraction gratings, interferometers, learning by doing.
Getting his hands dirty with the tools of the trade. And there were some tough lessons, too. Didn't he almost die climbing?
Oh, right, the glacier incident. Yeah, a real near miss. His instinct, the book says, saved him, even though he technically did the wrong thing, according to the climbing guides.
So learning from experience, even scary ones.
Exactly. That plus mentors like Ernest Lawrence at Berkeley Lab, it helped him develop what the book calls taste.
Taste. Physics.
Yeah, like an intuition for which problems were not just big, but actually solvable, feasible with the current or maybe next generation of tools.
Okay, that makes sense. And Berkeley, it sounds like it fostered a certain directness.
Yeah.
Fearlessness.
Absolutely. A very intense, very collaborative place. Even Nobel laureates got grilled, apparently. It suited Alvarez, who wasn't shy about challenging things if the data pointed another way.
And he definitely needed that during the war. MIT
Yeah.
Rad Lab. That was huge for radar development.
Crucial. He worked on blind landing systems, GCA ground-controlled approach, seeing the core physics inside the engineering problem. That was his strength.
And then Los Alamos, the atomic bomb.
Yeah, a very different, very intense challenge. He was key in developing the detonators for the implosion device.
The exploding bridge wire detonators.
That's the ones. Needed incredible precision, firing within nanoseconds of each other. His background in timing, electronics, it was vital.
So after all that, you'd think he might slow down, but no. Particle physics.
Right, he dove into building massive bubble chambers. That 72-inch one was a beast. Liquid hydrogen, huge piece of glass, taking millions of particle photos.
And dealing with all that data.
Exactly. He saw early on they needed automation. His wartime computing experience probably helped there. It was pretty revolutionary for physics data analysis back then.
And he even took physics tools to archaeology, the pyramids.
Trying to find hidden chambers in the Pyramid of Chephren using cosmic ray muons.
Muons, like particles from space.
Yeah, they pass through stone, but they're absorbed differently by empty space. So they set up detectors to map density.
Did they find anything?
No hidden chambers, but they proved the method worked. Showed you could use particle physics for that kind of exploration. It was a valid result, proving the absence.
The book mentions his analysis of the Kennedy assassination, too.
It does. He applied physics principles, like the jet effect, to the Zapruder film to explain the head movement. The book presents it as one physical perspective on a really complex, tragic event with lots of conflicting accounts. Shows the limits, maybe, of applying pure physics sometimes.
Right, human factors complicate things.
Immensely.
But the dinosaur extinction theory, that seems like his most famous collision of disciplines.
Definitely the most widely known, perhaps. It started with his son, Walter, a geologist.
Right, Walter found that strange clay layer in Italy.
Exactly. At the KT boundary, the dividing line between the Cretaceous and Tertiary periods. And when they analyzed it, boom, off the charts, iridium levels.
Iridium, which is rare on Earth but common in
Asteroids. Meteorites. So Luis Alvarez connected the dots. He proposed a massive asteroid hit Earth 65 million years ago.
Kicking up a global dust cloud blocking the sun.
That was the hypothesis, leading to mass extinction. It caused a huge stir, a massive debate in science.
But then they found the crater, right? Chicxulub.
Eventually, yes. Off the Yucatan Peninsula. That was pretty compelling evidence.
Wow. What a journey. From, the tiniest particles to planet-changing impacts.
It really showcases how that core physics training, that taste for solvable problems, and that willingness to just think outside the box.
And to jump into totally different fields? Right. It can lead to extraordinary places. Yeah. Alvarez really embodied that.
It definitely leaves you wondering, doesn't it? What other big questions, maybe ones we think belong strictly to one field, could use a fresh look from somewhere completely different?
Yeah.
A little bit of that Alvarez-style thinking. Something for all of us to maybe consider.